What's going on, YouTube? I'm Chalktopus checking in with another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate video. And today's video is a direct follow-up to the Geno video that I posted a couple days ago that I did not expect to get the kind of traction and passion in the comment section. So quick thanks to everyone who watched the video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribed from it, or, left a comment whether you were for or against Geno being added to the roster as DLC. Obviously, this is open for healthy, civil discussion. But, thank you to everyone who has been supporting so far. Now, we don't know if Geno is going to be coming to the roster. There's very few people who probably do know this. Obviously Sakurai knows it. The people who have been working on the game, maybe. Square would know it, but this is just open right now for discussion, like I said, and all we can really do is speculate, at least until 2020, when all characters that are planned have been released, or beyond that, or at least announced. So this video is going to attempt to reinforce my statement that we will be seeing him as an addition to the roster in a form of download content. And I actually wrote down my thoughts, which I rarely ever do before I turn on the camera or microphone and start recording. But I really wanted to reinforce my argument here, and hopefully everything works out, and a couple months down the line or a year down the line, whatever spot it is, we see Geno announced. Because personally, and I know a lot of you have said this in the comment section below, he's a fan favorite. He's personally my favorite character in Super Mario RPG, which is also my favorite game of all time. And I just know that a lot of people have wanted Geno in the game, Sakurai included, for a really long time. Now, we're going to go through points that I have here, and hopefully they mean something and I'm not just full of hot air. All right, so number one, Nintendo is clearly not shy about adding content that is based on earlier content that's already in the game. That was a mouthful. I don't even know what I said just there. It doesn't make any sense. But what I'm getting at is, in Smash for Wii U and 3DS, Mewtwo was a trophy before he was a DLC character in the game. Now, I do realize that trophies are no longer a thing. Trophies are spirits now. But what I'm getting at is Nintendo is not shying away from the idea of adding a character that is based on, as DLC, adding a character as DLC that is based on content that we had seen in the game, on launch. And honestly, it was several months after the game launched, and we didn't know that we were going to be getting DLC characters. Number two, Geno is such a high-profile character. I mean, you can confirm or deny this, and I think this might be based on perspective. But if you think about all the high-profile characters that have been deconfirmed, that were definitely highly requested, characters like Shadow, Knuckles, Isaac. Who else is there? Bomberman. There's so many. Skull Kid. In some shape or form, these characters have been, quote-unquote, deconfirmed, whether they were shown off as an assist trophy, whether they were shown off, I guess mostly as an assist trophy. But, you would think that with a high-profile character like Geno, and the reason why I'm saying high-profile is going back to how highly requested he is in the game, not only from players, but from Sakurai himself. You think in some shape or form they would have shown off him as a spirit, and you would have seen him as an assist trophy, or something. We're going to talk more about whether or not he's a spirit, because there's some back and forth in the comment section there, but I think I can debunk it, and I'm going to try my best. And that brings me to point three. There's a great segue to the next point. Geno is shown as a little token in the online portion of the Direct, where they're showing off the arena, where you can go in and battle with friends, a la, kind of like Dragon Ball FighterZ, where you can open a room and you can either spectate or you can play. He's shown alongside Claptrap. Now, Claptrap is shown as a spirit, but if you look a little closer and you wait a little longer, you have Gigamac, who shows up all the way to the right as a token. And Gigamac is not a spirit, but he is actually a playable character as Little Mac's Final Smash. So while there is no proof that Geno is a spirit, we do see him as a player token alongside a spirit and also alongside a character that is playable in the game in some shape or form. Moving on, my next point is Square said it themselves, they would rather have their new characters be DLC. Now, Cloud is going to remain on the roster, but they're not going to benefit as much as if they release a character as downloadable content. It's strictly a business move, and I can see why they're doing it. They can make more money post-game launch to sell DLC characters to people who already own the game than they will just including a character in the base roster. Now, Geno is a Square character, and like I said, with Cloud Strife gone, and when I say gone, I mean he's on the unlockable roster with the base game, they're going to need a character to benefit off of when the game does release. Now, Geno is up there. You also have any Dragon Quest character, but off the top of my head, I can't name any notable Dragon Quest characters. I'm also not a huge fan of the series, but feel free in the comments section below if you know of any, that you think would be a great fit for the roster, put them down there. You also have Sora. Now, Sora is owned by Disney, or partially owned by Disney, so I see this being a lot harder than to just put Geno in the game where Square and Nintendo can work together once again. My next point, and this one is going back to Smash 4 as well, Geno and King K. Rool both had Mii Fighter costumes in the game as some form of downloadable content. With King K. Rool being announced as a fighter, I find it very hard to believe that they're just going to forget about Geno. Now, it's also possible that Geno will come back to the game as the Mii Fighter costume again, and I really hope that's not the case, but like I said, I find it really hard to believe that they're going to take characters from this ballot or this survey that they put out for Smash Wii U for the quote-unquote most requested characters, and Geno is at the top of the list. He's up there, and so is King K. Rool, and so is Ridley, and if those characters are going to make it into the game, I don't think they're just going to ignore the fact that Geno was not only on that list, but probably above those other two. So those are all the points that I have to hopefully reinforce and maybe confirm the fact that we will be seeing Geno as DLC, hopefully sooner rather than later, because if we don't get him first and this thing goes until 2020 for the fifth character or beyond that, I'm hoping that this conversation can also turn some of you naysayers and non-believers into believers, because all Geno wanted was for you to wish upon a star, and that star is Sakurai and Square Enix, and hopefully if we make enough noise, they'll see it, and they'll do a fusion dance and give us the character that a lot of us want. I don't want to say everyone, because it's not everyone. Some people don't care or know who Geno is, and for younger generations, I don't really expect you to know who Geno is, because Super Mario RPG is a pretty old game, and we haven't had a re-release or a remake of it. I mean, it's come out on virtual consoles and, eShops, but we really haven't had a true remake. But who knows? Maybe they're waiting, and this is really wishful thinking here, maybe they're waiting to announce Geno because they want to announce a remake of Super Mario RPG, which would be awesome, considering how popular the Paper Mario franchise has become. But feel free to tweet at me. I'll leave my link to my Twitter and Instagram in the comment section below if you want to go follow me there. I'm pretty active on social. You can also follow me on Twitch, where I just started streaming again a couple months ago. Trying to build that up, so go give me a follow there. I'm streaming about twice a week now, but you can bet your sweet, sweet booty when Super Smash Bros. Ultimate comes out, we're going to be streaming that. But that's it. That's all I got. Have an awesome day. I'm opening up the comment section below. I mean, I'm not opening it up. It's there. Go jump in, have some civil conversation. If you still disagree, let me know why. Put it down in the comment section. But that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. Hit the thumbs up button if you're new here. Please subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.